you can see that this administration started on the basis of the people. And so far, what we can see, what we can feel, what is palpable is the fact that they have not missed that in any ramification, especially given the current budget. And we are appealing to the Senate to focus more on people living with disabilities. And that's why they are represented here today. So that these people in that social intervention programs, they will be fully carried along. We don't want those monies to be misappropriated. We want it to go for the right use. It must be used for the people, for the good of the people, for those who are less privileged, for those who are suffering, for the disadvantage of the disadvantaged, for the challenged people. We want this budget to fully capture them. As MDAs come over to make their presentations and make their reports, they must capture this constituency and ensure that they are well taken care of in the scheme of things.
Nigerians, I'm calling on you. You need to support ourselves. We need to grow as a people. We need to move as a nation. And in moving as a nation, one of the reasons why we have democracy is that the National Assembly is standing independently. And if an arm of government is standing independently, it beholds on the civil rights activists, it beholds on the civil society, it beholds every meaning Nigeria to support and throw their weight, because Nigeria over the years we have suffered a lot of neglect. Over the years we have suffered so much pain and neglect, and it's about time we move the nation to the next level.
We are here today to say that we are excited, we are elated, we are delighted, we are all happy that the President of the Senate and indeed the entire National Assembly have queued behind His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the actualization of the Renewed Hope agenda. We are here also to dispel any negativities that might be flying, because people are wont to hear negative news, to hear news of acrimony, of fightings, of divisions between the executive and the legislature. They expect that once you have a vehicle, you should be visiting the mechanic every day. But if you have a good vehicle and you have good maintenance, then you will scarcely do that. What we have seen in the relationship between the executive and the legislature is the best global practice that should be seen. And I can tell you for free that democracies across the world are taking note of how Nigeria's democracy is evolving under His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the leadership of Senator Godswill Akpabio of the National Assembly. So, we want to reassert that we are confident that this smooth and synergistic relationship will ensure that these gates of opportunities will be open to Nigerians.
We want to call the attention of the Mr. President to collaborate with the Mr. President of Nigeria, Alhaji Ahmed Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Disability Act is under the law now. The problem is implementation. We want to call the National Assembly and the judiciary to implement our Discrimination Act law, so that we people with disability in Nigeria, we can go anywhere without intimidation. We are facing challenges. There is so many areas that if you go, you are facing challenges. Like if you go hospital, there is no accessibility in the hospital. If you go hotel, there is no accessibility. If you go any place that you go, so many places, if you go, there is no accessibility. So people with disability can never survive without accessibility, honestly.
And we urge that the Senate President and the entire legislative arm of government support the executive arm to make this country move to its permanent site and also help to rebuild our economy.